Hello, welcome to Kismet Rising. So today I want to talk about what the energy is like for the upcoming months. So I'm going to give you an energy forecast for September 2018 till December 2018. So this will be relevant at any time that you come to listen to this message during that period. But if you're guided to come to this message a bit later on, sometime in the future, the message will still have some relevance to you. But I'm speaking specifically about the changes that humankind is undergoing at this moment. So one of the things that you would have found from the period between April 2018 till about now was that more people were prone to injury. You might have lost a nail, you might have broken an ankle, you might have had some kind of aggression towards your body, by chance, an injury, an accident. Other people may have experienced this energy in the form of having a bit of a break from family or friends, people that you would speak to on a regular basis, and you would think are your inner circle. You might have felt that you've needed a break from these people in the last months. And almost as if you're awakening from a slumber, you will find that you will be reaching out to friends again, or the family, or those that you've distanced yourself from. This could also include business associates, etc. In this time between April 2018 and September 2018, you would have found that there have been some profound changes in your life, perhaps in the way in which you look at things, perhaps on a physical level, perhaps emotionally. What comes to bear in the next months is specifically an emotional intelligence which has already taken root between the period of about April and July. And what's actually happening is we are consolidating the emotional intelligence that we have gained when we have gone inward and taken time out, whether it had been that we have chosen specifically to take a step back from our friendships or from those who influence us predominantly. Think about the energy that's around you that ultimately defines how you think about life, that ultimately informs your experience on this planet and how you come to the decisions that you make about your life and the beliefs that you come to about yourself through other people. So think about your mirrors, effectively so. And then you will realize that some part of you has either taken a step back from that, or you have shielded yourself in some way in order to be able to go inward and actually identify what it is that you've needed to bring outside of yourself. So when I talk about what it is that you need to bring outside of yourself, I'm referring specifically to certain pearls of wisdom that have been locked into your system that you as a soul have access to, that you need to put out into the world, that you need to begin living as a truth in your life. So the universe or the energies that surround us might have brought you to a space where you were forced to consider those so-called pearls of wisdom. It may have actually isolated you so that you could do that. In whichever way you have come to your own point of understanding, in whichever path that led you that way, you would have come now to the birthing of that. So it's as if these ideas, this wisdom has been in the womb, that has been downloaded from the information systems of the universe, and being birthed out into your life now. So I said that this is an energy forecast for September 2018 to December 2018. So what is it that's going to be so relevant now? Well, the first thing that's going to happen is that you're going to have some kind of realization of how you've changed over the years and how this is in fact a focal point for you in terms of the the consolidation of that change, but also a focal point in terms of that of all the energy that has led to this point. Now, what do I mean by that? So, people have been having different journeys lasting between 3 years and 7 years. You would be on your own particular path, and you will find that at this moment you will come to a moment where you feel like you've graduated and you're ready to start testing those theories, start living those wisdoms, start integrating a new belief system into your world. What you would have recognized over the years is that, leading to this point, but specifically in the last few months, is that your old belief system has no longer the relevance that it used to have in your life. Now, this would have been prompted by the energy changes in the planet and amongst all of us. We've been feeling this. This has been coming to us from various different directions. Where does this energy come from? Some may call it the solar flares. Some may call it the Earth's rhythm or the Earth's heartbeat, the planet itself. Some may call it the change or the progression of humankind to another dimension. However you choose to believe it, and whatever you choose to assume as your belief system, you will understand that you now have a practice ground for the new beliefs that you will have. Now, this does not necessarily entail an entire change in your life. In fact, it's very subtle, meaning that it will take root in the most subtlest of ways in which you will not necessarily be aware of. So you might find the way in which you relate to people has changed. You may find that you have more strength in being able to say no. You may find that you are more honest with yourself. You may find that you were in situations previously in which you weren't as honest as you could have been with yourself. So you might have been going along with the flow, just flowing with the stream, and you are now forced to be honest with yourself, which means, that you are forced to take account of the relationships that you have with others. Because if you need to be honest with yourself, it impacts every single relationship that you have. And there are consequences to that. And with that, you will need to take some precautions. So you will find yourself responding differently to people in your life. Firstly, you might find that you bring back into your fold those people you may have distanced yourself to, for those of you who find that is relevant to you. Then you may find that you're reaching out to people who you've not been in contact with for many years. Because what you're actually trying to do when you do this is your soul is seeking the wisdom and the experience that fellow souls have experienced. And you know that the separation that you've had from each other would have brought growth to them as it has to you. And you are searching for the accumulation of more of this wisdom. So, what else can you expect between September effectively? I'm recording this on the 24th of September 2018. So for the rest of September and December. Well, related to our relationships and how we deal with people, you will find that you will need to take better care of yourself. So in the past, you might have been busy, or rather caught up in what needs to be done and in serving the needs of many around you. But you will find that you will be face to face with yourself, and you can no longer deny your needs. This may manifest in the form of you needing to take more time out for yourself, perhaps taking a walk in the woods, or going to a spa, or just seeking a space where you need to give to yourself. Then you will be confronted with situations of people where you may not be in agreement with them, and you will need to observe how you will behave within this context. You will find through that aspect that you will understand how you've grown. Because you will understand that you react differently to the way you used to respond to these people or to these circumstances. You will begin seeking out new avenues of adventure for yourself. You may decide to take a different path to work or to school or wherever you usually go to. You may decide to shake up your routine a bit. You may decide to change the way you look or the way you dress. You may decide to bring in a different energy to yourself in terms of how you present yourself to the world. You may also decide to do something that you wouldn't normally do for yourself. Example, having your hair color changed or wearing a different style of clothing. All of this brings us to one point. You will seek to define yourself differently, as well as to express yourself in the world differently. This resonates on the pulse of the change that we are undergoing as a society. What does this mean for the bigger world, the bigger picture, so to say? We are moving to peace, but as we do that, we become more aware of that which is not peace. It becomes very clear to us all at this point that there is a fair degree of violence, instability, chaos around us. And this may, depending on where you are, this may be exacerbated to the nth degree, where you wonder, how long is this going to go on for? Is this balloon going to burst? It feels like a pressure cooker. But because of your sensitivity and the growth that you've been experiencing inside of you over the last months, and the challenges that you've faced in the last months, you have a new capacity to be able to surf this. It is important that you maintain your own peace and stability within yourself, as you are a microcosm of that which is greater than you. It will become apparent that the only thing that you can control is the way in which you respond to situations around you. And the only way that you can keep the peace is in fact inside of you. The circumstances are not dire. They're a progression of what is dire. But this has not begun yesterday or today. This has begun years ago. In fact, one may say that it's always been there as part of our growth as humankind. For the moment, that's all I can pick up or feel for the energy that is from September 2018 to December 2018. I may pop on at a later stage to actually give you more energy feeds, as in energy forecast feeds. In the meantime, I thank you for visiting this channel, and I hope to be doing some pick a card readings and some pick a room readings a little bit later on. I'm just not feeling that energy immediately, but I may be a little later on. So once again, thank you for coming to my channel, and stay safe. Bye bye.